Happy Friday. Let's get right into our stretch. Wiggling out the arms. Exhaling. Letting that head drop as low as possible. Hope everybody's doing well heading into the weekend. We still got one day left, so let's make the most of it. Coming up, big wide circle. It's been a great lifting week for us. So we'll get a nice mix today, a little bit of everything. No key focus, just a good overall workout. Start this one over. It's always harder to lock in your balance when you're tired. I think I got like 4 hours last night, so a little bit banged up right now in terms of fatigue. No excuses. Reset, get the post up. There we go, downward facing dog. Good morning, Florida Nightmare. Gonna pedal our calves, stretch those bad boys out a little bit. Upward facing dog. Let's come back into child's pose. Cat cows. Donkey kicks. Fire hydrants. Great for the hips. Great for flexibility, balance, all of it. Ooh, let's do our donkey kicks first. You can tell I'm tired. A lot of my brain is off right now. My body is going off of muscle memory. On our butts. And this week has been a big band week. I'm using a lot of resistant bands, which has been a nice switch up. It's just a change of pace, change of medium, and I can feel a different type of burn from the week. So it's definitely been effective. Do one last back stretch here. And now because I'm tired, like very tired, what I'm going to do is cut the yoga warm up a little bit quicker than normal. Get a tiny pump in the arms just to feel a little more blood flow. And then get right up onto the treadmill. Save some of the air squats and sit-ups for post-run. So we're going to take out our little 40-pounder. Just a little pump here. Regular curls, hammer curls, reverse curls. Going through our 3-cycle variation superset. Unbelievable how quickly that little fucking band can give you an actual pump. Let's move over to the triceps. Again, it's simply a empty gym early in the morning. So the rule of thumb for me is there's a couple of opportunities to get a little mini pump before running. Take it while the gym is empty. Don't overthink it. Just take it. Throw your plan out the window and squeeze in the little extra pump. Going from our triceps pull down right into our skull crushers as always. A little bit nervous about my NFL picks this weekend. Still over 50%, but I want to get up over 60 again. And tough board. What can I say? Vegas is good at what they do. Okay, one more on the triceps. Do one mini set of air squats just to stretch out the legs. A little bit more warm them up, then we'll hit the tread. Going all the way down, butt sticking out, and then up to our tippy toes, hands out to the side like you're hitting a ski jump. Feeling with soreness, fatigue. It was a perfect day to just sleep in. And that's when you know you're going to feel the best after a great workout. You wake up even earlier, get an even better workout in, when you feel like you're on the cusp of doing nothing. That's how winning is done. Okay. A lot of people up early. Love to see the early birds getting after their Friday. I can already feel my energy starting to spike, getting my endorphins flowing here. Now we'll really get them flowing. My sweat towel. Got my body armor. Dispatch flying horses. It's rusty. We're gonna work. in the devil. That'll work, everybody, boys. Come on now. Come on now. Work, boy. Work. Just gotta want it. Gotta want it. You gotta take it. Bury my body. Come on, boys. Little Bob Seger. On the lonesome highway east of Omaha, and listen to the engine on this one more song. Think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before. You'll soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. On the road again, here I am, up on the stage, here I go, playing the star again, there I go, baby. Come on, boy. It doesn't bother you, you just want to explode. Ooh-wee. Is that a woman or a man? Here I am, on the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy we try to give away as the sweat falls out your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening as you lie awake in bed, with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what you said. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star game. There I go, turn the page. Going from Bob Seger right to my favorite Led Zeppelin cover, Stairway to Heaven by Heart, live performance with Robert Plant. Watching. Hey, chat, I have a question. What's the best modern rock and roll band? Are there any new ones? Genuine question. Come on, boy. Work. Come on, boy. work. Come on, boy. You're almost home. You're almost home. All right. Coming back down to walk. Take our sip of body armor. Hope you guys are having a good start to the Friday. I know it's early, so not a ton of viewers yet, which is understandable. And we're going to do our uphill walk. And since we don't have as many viewers as usual, I'm going to be particularly honest. Kind of feel like I need to go doo-doo, which the running definitely enhanced, as will this uphill walk. So we're probably looking at a 5-minute bathroom break after cardio. The only reason I'm sharing these horrid details is I do think it's an unspoken about gym issue and fear. Or sometimes people will have to go in the middle of a workout and they just shut it down. Embarrassed by it, or they feel weird, or whatever. It's okay. Get your metabolism going. It makes sense. Just take a break. I'm right back. Easy like Sunday morning. Good morning, Debbie. Doing well. A little tired, but cardio's got the endorphins going. I apologize. I do need to go potty again. But the system's reactivated, clearing itself out, getting ready for another productive day. Just got to keep stacking them. The battle is getting to the gym. It's not the workout itself. The war is a war of attrition. Can you keep showing up to the battlefield? If you show up every day, you will win. Just don't stop showing up. No matter how tired, how many good excuses you have. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone's got them and they all stink. So I'm like 7th grade lacrosse coach with you. One more minute on our uphill march. All right. Nice cardio session. Descending to a flat walk. Already got in a tiny bit of yoga stretching. Only a handful of air squats, nice pump on the arms. But we did get our 2 miles an uphill march. So a great start to a kind of tired feeling Friday. One of those days where I definitely felt like sleeping in. That's why I woke up when my eyes opened. Didn't even wait for the alarm. Because I knew going back to bed would just make it all that much worse the second time. So bear with me, guys. 5 minutes tops. All right, back. My bad, guys. My bad. So let's get back on the ground. Back into some ground game. You can see with my cat-cows, I really make an effort to come low and fully extend on the arch. And it's these little details, that extra millimeter on every exercise, on every stretch that really makes the difference. 2, 3. That's why so much of my workout is based around things that don't need weights. Controlling your own body weight in different motions is always going to be the best form of strength. Here we go. Going into circles now. 5 forward and 5 backward. For those just joining, we've run a couple miles. We've done an uphill march, quick bathroom break. Got in some air squats, some yoga before, fire hydrants. We already did these leg exercises before we ran. Now we're doubling down, getting some extra pump in the legs. We also got a nice pump in the arms before we ran. So we're working the full body today as we planned, and we're blessed with an empty gym on this early Friday morning. Big circles. Take these nice and slow early on because they're going to feel quite awkward. You're going to activate a lot of muscles in your glute and your hip that you're not used to. Fire hydrants. Back on our butts. Every day I'm really working hard to try to get these knees closer to the ground on my butterflies. The more flat I can make my legs, the more I'm stretching out my groin muscles. I woke up today, I have felt pretty shitty and exhausted. And now, what are we? Good. 50 minutes into our workout, and I feel wide awake, totally rejuvenated. I can't emphasize enough. Exercise is not about your best days. Those are going to happen randomly and rarely when you expect. It's about consistency and discipline. Really figuring out, honestly, how tough you are. Not with how hard the workout is or the weight or the distance you run. Not with how much weight you lose or muscle you put on. But with how many times do you actually go and get the job done when you simply don't fucking feel like it? When you have a really good excuse. Let's even take it a step further. You have a really good reason. Are you going to embrace the reason, or are you going to problem solve? Make this a priority and figure out a way to still fucking get it done. That's up to us. A lot of people lose sight of that. A lot of people subconsciously are always looking for that excuse. All right, now we're coming up. Knee to elbow. Legs going straight up behind me, almost like a donkey kick. You can see it. Obviously harder from this plank position. Other side. This is going to be tough on the shoulders. We're going to go back to our left foot. Now we're going to go knee to opposite elbow. Really working the core here by staying up in the plank for so long. This twist is tough. Other side. Downward facing dog. Yes, yeah. Upward facing dog. Child's pose. Try to crawl your fingers forward. Stretch out that upper back. Do one more pigeon pose on each side while we're on the ground. Other leg is straight behind us. Front leg is bent in front of us. Other side. Okay. Now, it's been resistant band week. Resistance bands. So let's keep it fun. We're going to go with our super light yellow. 10 pounds. Straight out to our sides. I love the smooth range of motion with these. And the ease with which we can transition into our different shoulder motions. So now we're going to go straight forward, alternating. Again, just a 10-pound band here. Easily roll this up, put it in your back pocket, take it with you anywhere. Get a full workout out of this bad boy, for your shoulders, for your biceps, triceps, you name it. Do so much with your legs. Great alternative. I always have these with me when I'm traveling with Frank, in case the hotel doesn't have a gym, or if the gym's crowded, I can get everything done in my room. Body armor. Now we take out the big boy, 80-pounder, the orange. It's crazy how this is as hard as, maybe it feels even harder than 40-pound dumbbells in each hand. So I go back to, if you're traveling, let's say you have to go to work really early, you just don't have time for the gym on certain days. Bring this into the office, go into a conference room. 2 minutes, get a full pump. And I do bring all of my bands into the office every day. People see these fucking things around me. I wonder what the fuck's wrong with me. I don't care. Reverse curls here. Really gonna make the forearm pop. Gonna help build your functional strength in your arms. Raw power. And I think one of the best exercises to strengthen up your forearms for pull-ups. Because you got to work on your grip strength. Then you got to own the resistance, which you will on the pull-up bar vis-a-vis gravity. Woo. Let's get back over to triceps. People must be sleeping in today. We're a little low on peeps. Hope everyone's doing well, though. Ready for the weekend. I'll do my NFL pick Sunday morning on my workout and walk you through my logic, if anybody cares. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No break. Staggered feet. So we did shoulders. We did biceps. We're doing triceps. Done a bunch of stretching. Done some running. Done some uphill marching. And then we do just a little bit on the power front. Whenever the bench press is set up perfectly for me, I feel a civic responsibility to rip a set. Let's make sure we're lined up well. So we go spotter. Classic mistake people make. When you don't have a spotter, you don't want pinchers. If you can't get the weight up, you want to slide it from one side to the other to dump, which I've done on the live stream. If you have pinchers with no spotter and you can't get it up, you're just fucked. You know, think about it. You're just trapped with the weight on your chest or your neck. You want to be able to lean, let the weights roll off, lean to the other side, let the weights roll off. All right, so this is 145, which is a very weird, strange number. Meaning a 45 and a 5 on each side. But I'm normally doing 135 nowadays, really staying off the heavyweight, trying to minimize any strain in my shoulders or my traps, and just really focus on form and getting the most on my pecs. Someone in the chat pointed out the other day on my bench, I got to make sure I'm keeping my hands at equidistance from the center because I have a tendency to put more weight on my left arm due to right shoulder issues in the past. So here we go. Is this low enough? Yes. Good 10, felt good, form felt good. I don't really like having those extra 5s. Not even from a weight perspective, just balancing it. All right. In between sets, we're going to get some more air squats. Keep working on that core. Had the groin sore for days now, which means we've had a great week of work. black out a little as we're starting to really feel good. It's getting in a good flow. I think I got a good 35. I suddenly remembered I was supersetting it with bench. Good morning, Ethan. Good morning, Dave. A couple of my guys. Let's have a weekend. I agree. I concur. Yeah, see, this motherfucker is not centered correctly. That's the problem. So for anybody that deals with the gym, where it's really a squat rack, to be honest, but you're using it as a bench, and you've got this longer perch, wider, it's important to make sure that you're scooted out enough so when you come up, you're not hitting those clamps. It's another reason not to do very heavy weight, particularly without a spotter, because you get trapped. Okay, here we go. Terrible angle. Come on, boy. Right through the soreness, baby. $75 on the day. Come on. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 7, 98. So 100 air squats. With nice sore legs, sore body from a hard week. This full body is feeling fantastico. All right, third set on the bench press. Whew. Don't be soft. Aerosmith, I don't want to miss a thing. You heard someone sing Aerosmith while they're bench pressing? Because if not, almost jumped the cue. I could stay awake just to hear you breathe out. Watch you smile while you are sleeping. When you're far away and dreaming, I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment of treasure. It's hard to sing in bench. I will admit, it is hard to sing in bench. Now, rather than get complacent after a nice Aerosmith bench press, we're going to get right into our butterfly, aggressive butterfly. Stretching out after those air squats. Touching our toes again. Pretzel stretch. As you do these flows more often, you can do them more quickly, but with complete fluidity. So it feels natural, not rushed, and totally effective. Here I'm pulling my foot up toward my chest. This angle will be even better. And really opening up my hip flexor. Now, my tummy feeling a bit better. Let's get into some crunches. Just like the I just wanna hold you close. Minty, where are you, bro? You are something else. I've texted with Minty. What's up? I've texted with Minty like 50,000 times, explaining to him what time I do the live stream. Ironically, you could just see it on my timeline, timestamped, every single day for the last 100+ days. So he texted me yesterday, hey, what time are you live streaming tomorrow? You guys could join. Of course, Vincy. It's an open invite. As always, normally start between 6 and 7:30. Just text me when you're up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. See you tomorrow. Told him the latest I would ever start is 7 a.m. Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern now. He hasn't texted me. Oh, Minty. Oh, Minty. And that guy's got a marathon coming up. Oh, Minty. Right, some reverse crunches here. Let me actually, for once in my fucking life, give you guys a good view of this. So you can actually see the full view here. Again, if you just start with your legs, it's fine. What you want to work toward is being able to fully reverse crunch and then come back where your legs get as close to touching the ground as possible without actually doing so. Now, unlike when we're doing our crunches, our lower back fully engages here, not doing the work, but it's getting lifted up by our other muscles. Our abdominals pulling upward, and then our legs are giving it some momentum. But it's really the lower abs doing the lift, and the hips, and even the obliques. Point being, on both reverse crunches as well as crunches, we don't want to feel great or even minor strain in our back. And if we do, it means either our form is incorrect or we need to take more of a beginner approach. So for example, with leg lifts, that would be like this, just starting with your butt on the ground and just lifting your legs and building up your lower ab strength until eventually you can go for the full reverse crunch. It's also probably the best exercise to create that V cut in the lower part of your abdomen. The arrow that points to your you know what. Ugh. All right. After we work our back, we always want to get some extra cat calves. Okay. Let's get one more set of bench press. This will be our fourth set, but our third on 135 with the alignment proper. I want to let this on. Rocky, gonna fly now. That'll work. Here we go. Da-na, na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Trying hard now. Let's go into twists. Bam, bam. All right, now let's start counting. 1, 2. It's 10. I call it the Muhammad Ali. You don't start counting until it hurts. That's what he used to do. The champ, the GOAT. 20. 30. Come on, guys. Even if you got no weight, such a good way to warm up your body. Don't need any space. Don't need any equipment. Don't need anything. 40. 50. Keep your elbows off your ribs. That slight separation makes all the difference. Kind of losing count, but I believe it's 60. 75, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17, 16. It's also great for your grip strength. Right now, my forearms are on fire, and that's going to make you better at pull-ups. Let's hold it. Slow twists. Haven't done these in a while. Same exercise. We're going a little deeper and at a fraction of the speed. Feeling our total control of the weight and ensuring perfect form. Gonna feel it really engage everything. Listening to JJ Grey and Mofra. Sweetest thing. Yo, the sweetest thing. The sweetest thing. All right. Woo! Those were very effective. What we're going to move right back into now. Some good old-fashioned band work. After a sip of body armor. Honestly, choose better. It's not a commercial. It's just the truth. What's your diet? What's your diet? Honestly, the one consistent part of my diet is body armor. Everything else is subject to wild change based on the day. Today I'm going to release my YouTube short on this exact exercise. Our curl variant with a resistance band. I remember we were at a Barstool event pretty early after I got hired. Maybe it was the first Super Bowl, because I got hired in November, so it could have been just a couple months after it would actually add up. And I'm always very early to things, as you can imagine. That's how I'm wired. So I was down in the lobby of the hotel waiting for other Barstool people. Don't even know, just to go from point A to point B on a shuttle bus. And Marty Mush came down. And I thought I was so early that nobody would be down for like 15, 20 minutes. So I took out my band. I think it was this exact band, actually. And I started doing everything from shoulder stuff to biceps to triceps. And then I looked over and I realized Marty was watching me with just cracking up, big smile on his face. And Marty's a good dude. He was like, honestly, that makes sense. Something along those lines. At least didn't say I was a fucking weirdo piece of shit to my face. So shout out Marty Mush. Be nice. Also, I should say, I got to spend the whole day yesterday with Hogdale. What a great guy. He is just salt of the earth. And he sat in the gambling cave in Frank's chair wearing a Red Sox jersey with jeans. Frank's uniform is a Mets jersey with jorts. They both wear glasses as well. So he's pretty much in a Frank uniform, in Frank's seat, getting very passionate about his team, but going over all the optimistic ways they could win. And I will tell you, in my younger years, I may or may not have done quite a bit of psychedelics. Quite a bit. Yesterday was the hardest I've ever tripped, watching Hog in a tank outfit rant passionately about how his team could win. It was the Bizarro World Seinfeld episode, and I was living it. All right. Want to get a little bit more on our legs here. Should have brought a second body armor. Nonetheless, let's get into this. We got Wake Up Bar Stool coming up. We got PMT out live now. Hopefully you guys caught the pod, Frank the Tank pod yesterday. If not, it's on YouTube. It's on my Twitter page. If you scroll down, it's on Frank's, on Mikey's. Hogdale joined, Clemmer joined. It was a great show. It was a great show with nobody screaming at each other, which is like a double win for us. Normally our best stuff is when we're trying to kill one another. Remember, we started today with just a few air spots before we ran. The truth was because my tummy, I knew it was going to be a problem. And I ran, quick bathroom break, and was completely made up for it on the back side of the workout. Again, having a plan is great. Having the ability to adapt to circumstances is better. Now let's stay up on our tippy toes. And do a little hop back and forth, staying on our tippy toes. Just working the calves, working the bounce. I want to get my jump rope back from Rico Bosco. Rico, where's my jump rope? Back to our triceps. Give me my respect. Six bench press set, I believe, or fifth, sixth or fifth. Tired right now, boys, girls. Out of liquid. More twists. Again, just 10 pounders. I've blacked out. I no longer feel anything. It's all house money now. I'm listening to fucking Jay-Z. I'm not really a big Jay-Z guy. I don't even know how this is on my fucking Spotify. Roll up the sleeves like a tough guy, particularly with a bandana. Just completes the look. Although honestly, with a bandana, the real look would just be going straight up gangster. Which, let's face it, that's what I am. Straight up gangster. People are like, oh, you're so sweet for your patience with Frank. Bro, it ain't patience. It's called being a gangster. All right, here we go. 80 pounds. 80-pound rope. It's like having two 40-pound dumbbells. Step down. Make sure the lighting maximizes how big your muscles look. Regular curls. Notice how the elbow is entirely stationary. So we're completely isolating the pump into our biceps, forearms, and our grip. Uh-oh, my phone's doing schizo. Songs are changing rapido. Hammers. Yeah, things might have water damage. This could be the problem. Thank God I didn't FaceTime Dave or something. Fucking disaster. Okay, right back. Right back. Now we're going to go reverse. Again, opposed to the dumbbells, look at how I can actually tuck my elbows in and make it so that it looks like they're being held in place by a machine. This is how you fully get the iso pump on the forearms, on the biceps, and on your grip strength and your grip endurance. If you want to get good at pull-ups, start working on these with a resistant band. For the love of God, don't start with 80s. This 80 is a fucking beast. But even with just a 10, 20, 30, 40, work your way up. Same way Frank talks about walking. If you're heavy, if you can hardly get across the room right now, doesn't mean it's too late. Doesn't mean you have to give up. Even if you're in your 40s, your 50s, just start with something. And with the walks, Frank always says, just walk. It's always his thing. You can tell it really means it. Just walk. And for me with the gym, just get in the gym. You don't need a whole fucking binder of analytical plans. Just get in there and do some work. And when you have things like these bands, you don't even have to get in the gym. You really don't even have an excuse. You just gotta beat yourself and do it. When I say beat yourself, I don't mean like Mikey Beats. I mean like Janksy Jim. Again, blacked out. No sense of my step count, Jesus Christ. My rep count. But my grip is going to give out soon. So now it's like hanging on a cliff. Let's try to hold it. God, holy moly, that fucking cuts right through the muscle. Okay, now we've got our 10-pound band. You can tell I'm getting winded because I'm losing the ability to articulate thoughts straight up. Guess no one came to the gym this Friday. Friday's probably the worst day to miss because it's great to have positive energy and momentum going into the weekend. Especially if you want to sleep in tomorrow, sleep in Sunday, maybe take a couple days off. If you get a good workout Friday, you feel even more inclined to do so. Again, we're doing our shoulder circuit. If you notice, I'm gripping the band between my thumb and my pointer finger on each side. And then if you look at my elbows, it's the same thing as when I have dumbbells, the motion. If anything, it's a little bit harder because of the constant resistance of getting pulled down by the bands. Obviously similar to how gravity works with the dumbbells. It's just a little different. And I like it. I like mixing it up. Now we're going to straightforward, alternating, another advantage with band work. So you can do these alternating repetitions with a bit more fluidity, a bit more rhythm, a little less clunkiness. You can even twist with your band. What we're basically doing here is setting up our hands exactly. This actually is a great way to see how far out I'm holding those dumbbells. You want to keep the arms at this exact, 90-degree angle. Almost like you're holding a box, like you're carrying a box. And as you twist back and forth, by keeping your arms locked into this shape, your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, but most importantly, your forearms and your grip are going to get worked intensely, while the key part of the workout is actually going to be your abs and your obliques. It's a great coupling of different muscle groups in one exercise. You hear me say superset a lot. Something very similar is called coupling. You can use coupling in a lot of different ways with exercise. For example, coupling one of your favorite things with something maybe you don't like that much. So if you don't like walking uphill, listen to one of your favorite audiobooks. Now you're coupling those. Or in a workout, if I do pull-ups and I also lift my legs, I'm coupling the ab workout of lifting my legs with just the normal difficulty of pull-ups. Here, I'm coupling the twists with maintaining my arm posture. One more time. Just 3 reps. 2, 3 with our shoulders absolutely on fire. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go back to the big boy. 80 pounder. 80 pounder. One 40-pound dumbbell. Right? So 2 of these are in one of these. I cannot emphasize this enough, people. 2 of these are in one of these. So if I'm going on a trip with Frank for 2 days, he's going to pack a bag, check a bag because he's a lunatic. I'm not going to check a bag, but I'm going to bring 3 or 4 bands and have a whole fucking gym right in my hotel room on top of whatever else I can find in the hotel or in the local area. Here we go. Back to our hammer curls. Elbows are tight. They're tucked in. They're actually touching my rib cage. Oh, Lord, it's almost 7:30. Going wild today. That's what she said. It's Friday, guys. Let's wake up. Let's get up. Let's have a day. Let's have some fun. Wake up. Barstool's coming on. PMT's already up. Max hit the button. They got their NFL preview ready. We're going to have Big Noon tomorrow. We're going to have Sports Advisors tonight. We're going to have streams of Sunday football. I mean, you can think whatever you want about Barstool. Some of the dumb shit some of us say. But I don't really think you can fault us for not attacking football season. We are on it, people. We are on it. And reminder, because we have so much content this fall, we are strategically moving Frank Walks back to its original every other week system. So today there won't be an episode. Frank will probably put up an old episode. Next week we have Alan Hahn. The following week, Patrick Beverly. The following week, Jake Billis. So we've got some really great guests coming up. Working on A-Rod. I'm working on Steph Curry. So that's the rundown today. On top of all the other obvious stuff, I can't name every show at Barstool. I'm sorry, there's so many of them. But as an AWL, when it's Friday morning, you're obviously thinking PMT. And then Wake Up Barstool's, I believe, starting to kick ass in the ratings relative to how we started, and people were giving us all this shit, even though we're obviously not set up as a cable TV show. We're more modern, have great clips online, great viral moments. But now even I think the old school ratings are going up. So shout out to that whole crew that's been working their asses off, particularly in the Chicago office. It is incredible how hard our bosses work. It reminds me of when I worked for Brett Adcock. You can never, in a reasonable manner, really feel bad for yourself or feel overworked when you see guys like Dan and Dave going 7 days a week as if Barstool's a startup and they're trying to make it. And your bosses are really grinding. The only way to show them respect is to keep your fucking mouth shut and grind as hard as you can. And if you do, they will notice. Even if they're not patting you on the back every 2 seconds, that's not what you should be working for. You should be working for yourself. With that attitude, it's palpable, it's rewarding, gets rewarded, it's most certainly noticed. So that was a whole bunch with the 80 as I blacked out and started rambling. We're going to go back to the 40 now, which is a much more reasonable weight. And if you think about all the times I've grabbed those dumbbells, my variant curls, most of the time it's been with 20 pounders or 25 pounders. This tiny black resistance band is the same amount of weight, except honestly, guys, I've been using these bands for 20 years. Last year or so, I've used it a little bit less, I think, because I'm getting in the gym live streaming so consistently. I've always thought of the bands as an alternative when I can't get to the gym. So I think that's the main reason I've used them less. Now that I'm bringing them in the gym, could be a little nostalgia, could be that I'm really entertained by doing something different from what I'm normally doing, but I feel like I'm getting a better burn and specifically a better isolation of my targeted muscle on these curls when I use the band opposed to the dumbbells. It's worth thinking about. Got a whole rack of dumbbells behind me, and I think I'm getting a better burn, a better cut here by using the bands for my variants. Now let's go into our reverse, my favorite one on the band resistance circuit, where you can turn your hand, your palms are facing the ground. Just gonna really make your forearms fully engage. And it's gonna give you an abundance, if you practice this every day, of functional strength that you'll really feel translate over to pull-ups, push-ups, even things like deadlift into power clean, having those forearms in a position to throw around serious weight. Baby. We definitely felt that. Okay. Stretch it out. What are they called? Concentric circles. Going backward. Start wide. Make them smaller. Turn back forward. Nice and big. And then grab our old dumbbells again. Now, when I'm doing the twists, after seeing me do it with the resistant band, you get a better sense of how there's really space between my elbow and my torso. And that's what's going to make your arms work that much harder. You're not resting your elbows against your ribs. When you're doing your variant curls, however, especially with the bands, because you don't have to deal with the dumbbells that are big and actual have mass to them. You can tuck your elbows in on those variant curls, literally keep your elbows on your ribs to ensure locked in form and completely isolate your biceps and your forearm. All right, it's hurting. Just got to 1,000 viewers, I believe. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great week, ready for a great weekend. Fleming Enterprises, the week never ends. And I just pray to sweet baby Jesus that my man Hogdale is in the office today, because I think he's going back to Iowa since the Red Sox lost. But I had the best time hanging with him in the gambling cave all day yesterday, talking sports, sharing some of my Fleming Enterprises stories. Such a nice guy, such a great personality, sense of humor, and a real sports junkie. And also Mutt, who's just the nicest guy in the world, and came right up, introduced himself, and great sense of humor, very easygoing, does not take himself super seriously. Always love people like that. So really nice to meet Mutt. I think every time new people come into the office, it's always nice to see them mix it up with everybody and kind of be welcomed in. And I think it helps break some of the stigma that New York is so awful. There's actually a lot of great people in New York, a lot of nice people, a lot of really hardworking people, a lot of people that are there right now working, and that will be there when I get in early today, and we'll be there late. It's one of the tragedies in modern society is the generalization of groups of people. And it's directly tied to groupthink and to our country eventually bending the knee and allowing monopolies to exist, which in turn then gave them control over politicians. Anyways, I digress. My point is we're all much more similar than it seems. We all get along much more than we want to believe. And it's, let's just say, higher powers in certain industries that are successfully and surgically dividing us, pumping hatred into our social atmosphere, making us incapable of speaking to one another if we don't completely agree on everything. I'll tell you one thing. Any of my best friends, one of the reasons they're my best friends is I can tell them to go fuck himself when I don't agree with them. And they can laugh and I can laugh and then we can move on to the next thing. You can do the same thing with your neighbors, your colleagues, your friends. We're all not that fucking different. That's why traveling is so important. Studying abroad, working abroad really will change your perspective when you meet people and live in different cultures opposed to read about them or listen to what the news has to say. Because it will blow your mind, the difference between perception and reality. All right, great set here. Let's do 50 more because I'm fucking burnt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. My biceps are on fire. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I think I counted wrong. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Jenks. Fuck you. Great exercise to be ready if Big Cat ever needs you to fight in 48 hours in an arena in West Virginia in front of thousands of people on pay-per-view with zero experience, so you can get in the ring, not be a fucking bitch, and knock the guy out. Fucking kill the opponent. I blacked out again. Holy fuck, today's a real day, huh? 10-pounder. Both arms at once. Starting with slow hammers. What you just saw there was the full Rocky Balboa finish to twists. Let out a little rage. Let out a little anger in a healthy way. But I honestly imagined all of my blood enemies just knocking them out. One after another, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. And that felt amazing. That felt really good. With that said, never do twists with dumbbells at that kind of speed unless you're entirely practiced at it, comfortable with it, and that specific day warmed up, because you can really hurt yourself throwing your weight around like that. Because I was going hard, I was going full speed. And if I just had accidentally let the weight slip, I would have completely shattered my computer. And that would have really sucked. Okay. Notice how the elbows aren't moving. It's very lightweight. Go back to alternating reps. Right now, rep count and the cadence of going from one grip to another is entirely based on my feel, because we're at the point of going to full burnout on the biceps. And we're kind of working off of instinct. Okay, we're almost at 2 hours. Wake up bar stools coming up next. This is a great workout today. I hope you guys got something out of it. I won't run through everything we did because it was about 2 hours of just about everything you could imagine. When we started, we said we were going to do full body, and I think we can say with complete and utter confidence, we did just that and some more. One set of micros here. Really nice with the lightweight, hands together. By micro, I mean we're only going down halfway. Let's go micro, except we're only going to go up halfway. Woo-wee. All right, guys. It's a great workout today. I hope everyone has a great Friday. I will be back tomorrow morning. Get some good workouts in this weekend with little to no time restraints. Whew. Take no shit from nobody. Every day is a blessing. Be nice to strangers. Go out of your way to do the right thing. And yeah, try to pump some good. Pump some good out there. I'm fucking tired, man. I am so tired. Great workout. Love you all. Whew.